Something strange is going on with the Los Angeles Lakers right now, and head coach JJ Redick is under fire by many fans. I see you guys in the comments, and myself included, for some of the decisions that he has been making over the last several games. It has cost the Lakers, in my opinion, some of these games, including this one tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers, as they lose 116 to 102 to the neighboring rival in the Clippers. And on today, Lakers Digest here, my name is Hunter Pitcoff. We will go through the game, the loss, the X's and O's, what went wrong for the Lakers, as well as some of the decisions JJ Redick has made that cost him not only in this game, and specifically for one player that has been screwed over by JJ Redick over the last handful of weeks here. And if you're new to the channel, hello, thanks for coming on. And we are trying to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month to kick off the new year. We hit 4K right before the ball dropped on New Year's Eve. We want to get to 5,000 before the end of the first month of 2025. As you see, we are more than halfway there, more than 3/4 of the way there. And if you are already watching these videos, it's coming up in your algorithm. You like what you see, you're a fan of the Lakers, or you hate the Lakers, you hate me, you like me, I don't really care. Just click that subscribe button. Let's just talk about the game first here before we really get into the nitty-gritty of today's video. Lakers get bullied by their crosstown rivals in the Los Angeles Clippers, 116 to 102. And look, guys, I don't hide it here. I am a Laker fan, as you can probably tell by the backgrounds that I have for all my videos. So I can be a little bit biased. However, losing to the Clippers sucks. And they have had a number on the Lakers over the last 10-plus years at this point in the regular season. Now, the Lakers have had the better success in the postseason, which, at the end of the day, the rings are going to matter a little bit more than the 0 that the Clippers have. And that's why they packed their bags and got their own arena across town in Inglewood there. But the Los Angeles Lakers in this game alone, it was not enough. As you see here, as we have the wrong stat sheets for you guys here, the Lakers is a pretty miserable game. Anthony Davis, only 5 of 14 from the field. A rough outing for him there. LeBron also shot under 50% from the field. Pretty hard to win when both of your star players shoot under 50% and have a bit of an off night. LeBron missing just some really easy shots as well. And Hachimura definitely had the best game. Stepped up the most for the Lakers here. 19 points, 9 of 14, from the field. But it was the Lakers' defense that was absolutely atrocious in this one. As you see, the Clippers shooting over 50% from the field, 37 almost percent from three. And just look at the players that played well for the Clippers tonight. Norman Powell, 22 points. James Harden, 21. Ivica Zubac, 21 and 13. I might have actually written that right. I might be wrong. My eyesight's not the best here. And then 19 points for Kawhi Leonard in limited time, but he definitely made his impact felt in 24 minutes. All those players actually have one thing in common, and you probably will go, Hunter, it's not play style. They're very different players. They play different positions on the court. They have different roles with the Los Angeles Clippers. What is the one thing they have in common, and it has hurt the Lakers for the entire season? They are physical players, right? Like, Norman Powell is a bull in the china shop. Like, this dude is not super athletic, a little more athletic than you think. He's not super quick. He's not super vertically gifted or shifty. He's big and physical, right? Like, this is like handing the ball off to Derrick Henry in NFL terms, right? You pound the rock and you give it to him. James Harden has been used to being that guy with high volume touches his entire career. Probably has one of the highest usage rates in NBA history. And he is able to play that game for the Clippers this year as their de facto point guard. And he's also a big, strong physical guard. Ivica Zubac, big physical center that is great on the glass and really does his work. His bread and butter is in the paint. And then Kawhi Leonard, guys, the dude is huge. We know how big his arms are. We know how big his hands are. But he is also cut, big, physical, likes to pound the rock and really post you up and work that mid-range magic. So those players are all big, physical players. That is a huge weakness on the Los Angeles Lakers right now. They do not do well against those type of guys. That's why someone like Max Christie, if we want to look at his plus-minus, or maybe you don't, you might want to look the other way here, minus 23 in this one. And I'm not a big plus-minus guy. As you can see, most of them are going to be negative because the Lakers played bad. But when you're an outlier, that means you either played most likely very, very good or very, very bad. And if you look at the eye test as well, there's a reason why Max Christie didn't play a whole lot at the end of the game, is because he had a really difficult time guarding guys like James Harden and Norman Powell specifically, and Kawhi Leonard. He does not have as much in the backseat as those guys do, if you get what I'm saying. So the Lakers don't have enough big physical perimeter players, and someone like Jared Vanderbilt, if and when he comes back, will definitely help that. Dorian Finney-Smith I actually thought played pretty well defensively. You can clearly tell the dude just knows how to play defense. He knows rotations. He was hustling. He was diving for loose balls. I mean, you clearly saw Dorian Finney-Smith bring that intensity in that standpoint, but of course, didn't lead to shutting down any of those players like I mentioned. So the Lakers defense as a whole was pretty bad in this game. 116, in my opinion, probably could have been a lot worse if the Clippers didn't cool down later in the second half. If the Lakers, to their credit, didn't give up in this game either. But there is one player in particular that I've been looking online. I've been looking at our comment sections. I'm on X. I'm on Instagram. And all Laker fans, for the most part, or a lot of you guys, I should say, are calling for this one question. Cam Reddish is still in the doghouse for JJ Redick. He has played very sparingly, and in this game didn't play at all. Guys like Christian Coloco and Bronny James got in the game before Cam Reddish did. He was a clear DNP coach's decision in this one. And this is a game where Cam Reddish really could have helped you. I remember last year he played very well against the Clippers. I think they were down 26 against the Clippers last season, and they ended up coming back, winning that game, and Cam Reddish was a very big reason why. And the reason why is because Cam Reddish has some size that can help guard these bigger players, right? The Lakers don't have a lot of options on the bench that can do that. Cam Reddish can, and certain teams require certain different matchup situations that are going to be better than others. Like Rui Hachimura played well in this game because they don't have a lot of super shifty guards. The Clippers don't. So someone like Rui Hachimura can actually play pretty well against a team like the Clippers, like he did tonight. But he's not going to play well against a team like the Denver Nuggets when he's chasing Michael Porter Jr. around. Like, that's not Rui's strengths. Cam Reddish, defensively, is someone that the Lakers have needed, especially recently when they have been letting up a lot of points. And when they play these big physical teams like the Detroit Pistons, like the Clippers, the Houston Rockets, these are teams that the Lakers have struggled against so far all season long. They played the Rockets once, they played the Clippers once, got manhandled in both those games, and then they got manhandled twice against the Pistons. Those are just three teams, for example, that have big physical guards, big physical perimeter players, and someone like Cam Reddish, I'm not saying he's going to shut them down, but he's definitely going to make it a lot harder than the Max Christie or Austin Reaves are going to. And I'm not saying bench Max Christie. He's done a pretty good job in the starting lineup. I'm not saying bench Austin Reaves. What I am saying, though, is Cam Reddish does deserve more minutes, especially when it's called upon. And I think if he gets that opportunity, he's going to play a lot harder. Because we saw, even in years past, like Lonnie Walker, he was in the doghouse a while for Darvin Ham. Once he went back in, he was a spark plug. Max Christie this year alone. Max Christie had a very short leash with JJ Redick early on. He was playing horrible, like hot garbage, to start off the season for the Lakers, where he went from being someone talked about a ton, even here on Lakers Digest, as someone that can potentially break out and be that missing piece for the Lakers. He was not. And then he learned from being on the bench, came back in, and now he's in the starting five. Cam Reddish has a similar ability to come in the game and make an impact, and his skill set is definitely going to be needed. And it does bring up the question, how much blame does JJ Redick deserve for the lack of inconsistencies with this Lakers team? And I think the blame pie can go 3, technically 4, but we'll say 3 ways, because I think you'll see where I'm trying to get at with this. Number 1, I'm blaming Rob Pelinka, because this team is just not good enough, right? And despite you guys thinking that I'm glazing the Lakers all the time, blah, 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 I'm an optimistic person by nature. However, I have not said at any point this season that I think the Lakers currently constructed are a championship team. I flat out do not. However, do I think they have some of the makings to be one? Perhaps. But they're not there right now. And the reason why they're not there is because they don't have good enough players and a good enough roster that complements LeBron James and Anthony Davis. As long as those guys, which they did not play at their best tonight, but if they don't play at their best, the Lakers have no shot of winning a game. They don't have a chance if those guys aren't playing at their best. It's very difficult for that team. And you can say it about a lot of teams that are in the NBA, But a lot of great teams, too, they figure out ways to win, right? The Lakers play the Dallas Mavericks without Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, and Daniel Gafford a couple of weeks ago, and they got their asses kicked by Dallas, to keep it blunt with you guys. So, great teams figure out ways to win basketball games when things aren't going their way. And the Lakers, if things aren't going their way, this is a team that typically loses games. Simple as that. So, Rob Pelinka deserves blame for the poor roster construction that he does have a chance to fix here at the trade deadline, or at least some of it. Next is, in fact, JJ Redick himself, because JJ Redick is a rookie head coach. He's going to make mistakes. Guys, this is going to happen, right? This isn't like when the Lakers brought back Phil Jackson. Like, they're not going to get this high-level championship caliber coaching most likely at the gate. And I think JJ Redick has what it takes to be a good head coach in this league. And I hope the Lakers give him at least some time and some leeway to get there, because this is a very impatient franchise, and they like to scapegoat a bunch of people. And JJ Redick, or whoever the head coach has been, has almost always been the scapegoat for this team. But JJ Redick needs to realize that Cam Reddish needs minutes right now. This is a team that's struggling defensively, and one of your best perimeter defenders is on the bench each and every game over the last X amount of games. And you can play him next to a Dorian Finney-Smith. You can play him next to a Max Christie. You can play him next to Dalton Knecht, who you can argue maybe he shouldn't get minutes, and he played well tonight. Or fine, I guess, better than he's looked. But the man has shot 17% from three since December. Since December, he shot 17% after shooting 44% from three to start off the year. And Dalton Knecht is the worst defensive player on this Laker team. And he can't guard anybody, and he looks confused and lost on defense, and he's definitely losing his confidence on offense. So perhaps he's someone like a Max Christie, a young player, that should sit for a while, kind of let the game come to him, see it from a different perspective on the sideline, while someone like Cam Reddish, who, if his shot's not falling, he can still make an impact with his hustle and his defense. The Lakers need that right now, because they missed that horribly in this game against the Los Angeles Clippers. And the third blame is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We want to praise stars and give them all the credit when things are going well, and rightfully so. Well, they deserve blame too when things aren't going well. The Lakers have been consistently the most inconsistent team in the NBA, not only this year, but really over the last handful of seasons. And a big reason is because LeBron James and Anthony Davis haven't been super ultra consistent. They were not tonight. And look, one bad game, I'm not going to throw it away. These are still great guys. I'm not saying they should trade them. But, there needs to be accountability. You're the leaders of the team, and I think your team takes on the personality of your head coach and your star players and your leaders, and that's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So if they want to consistently get good results, they need to consistently bring the effort and energy every single game, and the intensity, and just giving a you-know-what every single game. And they have not done that this season, and that is also a reason why the Lakers are not where they currently need to be. Flat out that. You guys always say I glaze everybody. I don't. I keep it a buck when I call out like I see it, and the Lakers have not consistently brought the energy. Like I always call them, they're the most unserious team in the NBA, because you don't know what attitude they're going to bring, not only from game to game, but even from quarter to quarter. You don't know what sort of energy and attitude they're going to bring. And that's why you need to bring in some dogs in this team to kind of jolt things up. And I think you potentially have one on the bench, JJ Redick, talking to you, and Cam Reddish, who could potentially give that Laker team a spark. Not that he's going to fix everything, but he definitely could be someone who's going to come in hungry and give you the defense that you need as the Lakers get smacked again by a crosstown rival in the Los Angeles Clippers, 116-102. And if you guys have watched all the way through this video, and it's a long one, I apologize. I had a lot to say. I had a lot to get off my chest. And you're not subscribed? Just click that subscribe button. Again, guys, 5,000 subscribers. We can do it. And I say we. It ain't just me. We can get there by the end of the month. We can accomplish this together. This is a community, a family, if you want to call it, surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. We can all complain together in the comments, and feel free to leave a comment. Hopefully, try to be respectful, please, about this tough loss against the Los Angeles Clippers. And I promise you guys, we cover everything here surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, whether it be trade scenarios, whether it be post-game recaps, whether it be updates, rumors, everything in between. We keep you up to date here. So if you like what you're seeing, just click that subscribe button.